Ukrainian soldiers are continuing intensive combat training at a Norwegian-operated military camp in the forests of eastern Poland, where NATO partners are running one of the most comprehensive trench-clearing programs offered to Ukrainian forces outside their home country. The exercises are taking place at Camp Jomsborg, a facility named after a mythical Viking fortress, and are structured to prepare Ukrainian personnel for the specific conditions they encounter on active front lines. The training series brings together Ukrainian troops, Norwegian instructors and Estonian trainers, creating a multinational environment where operational experience, standardized instruction and different military perspectives are combined into a unified program. The objective is to strengthen Ukraine's combat readiness by developing skills that remain central in the ongoing conflict: drone-supported assaults, trench-clearing tactics, coordinated movement, and the integration of heavier support weapons into infantry operations. The sessions begin with drone-based exercises. Small quadcopters equipped with simulated grenades are deployed to demonstrate how unmanned systems are now routinely used to support ground assaults. The drones fly through the wooded training area, maneuvering into narrow trench corridors constructed to replicate the confined spaces seen along the front lines. Instructors monitor their flight paths, altitude and approach angles, emphasizing the precision required to safely enter and navigate trenches before releasing explosive charges. These demonstrations show how drones are used as part of a sequential process that starts with reconnaissance and ends with a ground assault. Ukrainian drone operators train with handheld controllers, practicing the ability to fly low, adjust quickly to obstacles, and maintain visual contact even when moving through dense terrain. In several iterations, the drones are guided directly into trench mock-ups, where they simulate explosive impacts designed to disorient or neutralize potential defenders. Norwegian instructors observe the drone exercises closely. They evaluate the timing of the drone drops, the accuracy of each attack angle, and the coordination between the aerial and ground components of the simulated operation. As soon as the drones complete their runs, the ground phase of the training begins. The next segment focuses on trench-clearing tactics. Norwegian instructors use spent cartridges and physical models to outline movement patterns, fire and cover procedures, communication signals, and safe grenade usage. They walk trainees step by step through different approach methods, emphasizing situational awareness, controlled pacing, and adherence to established safety standards. The goal is to refine techniques that Ukrainian forces will use in active combat, where trench fighting remains a defining feature of the conflict. Ukrainian troops then move into the constructed trench network. The mock trenches are built to mimic real conditions, with narrow corridors, blind corners, and interconnected firing positions. Soldiers practice advancing in formation, clearing each section with training grenades and responding to instructor commands. Multiple variations are introduced to test reaction time, teamwork, and discipline. After each run, soldiers are repositioned for additional attempts to reinforce the techniques demonstrated earlier. Throughout the exercises, Norwegian and Estonian trainers provide immediate feedback. They stand at observation points, identify gaps in formation spacing, comment on posture and weapon handling, and discuss communication clarity. The presence of Estonian trainers adds another layer to the session, as Estonia has its own experience training Ukrainian units under NATO programs. Their participation reflects a coordinated multinational effort to ensure that Ukrainian troops receive consistent standards of instruction. Additionally, Ukrainian soldiers receive training on belt-fed machine guns. Under supervision, they practice setting up the weapons, engaging targets, and adjusting firing angles. Tracer rounds are used during the live fire segment, allowing instructors to visually assess accuracy and consistency. The focus in this part of the training is on providing suppressive fire, an essential component of trench-clearing operations, where covering fire is often needed to protect advancing infantry teams. The camp itself is structured as a temporary but fully functional training environment. Tents, equipment stations, firing lanes, and trench mock-ups are arranged to support continuous rotation of groups. The facility includes areas for instruction, rest and equipment storage. Signage for Camp Jomsborg marks the site, underscoring its identity as a dedicated location for supporting Ukraine's military preparation. Throughout the programme, participants highlight the value of the collaboration. Aries, a Ukrainian trainer who works directly with both Ukrainian soldiers and Norwegian instructors, described the cooperative environment in clear terms. He said, "It's a great experience working with the Norwegians for both sides, both for them and for us. We have a lot of experience in modern warfare, and the Norwegians have very good tools for cooperation, and they are very open to working together, communicating, and actively accepting the experience we bring them. And we also have something to learn from them. It is a very interesting collaboration." Aries' statement reflects the dual nature of the programme. Norway contributes well-developed training structures, equipment and standardised methods, while Ukrainian personnel contribute frontline insights and practical knowledge drawn from ongoing combat operations. The combination is intended to produce training modules that are immediately applicable to real battlefield scenarios. The Norwegian perspective underscores this point. Anon, the deputy commander of Camp Jomsborg, stated that the responsibility for active combat rests with Ukraine and that Norway sees its role as providing competent, reliable support. He said,
"It's them fighting the war right now, it's not us. But we bring in our competence and are really doing 100% what we can do to improve those soldiers being here, so that the output will hopefully be a winning Ukraine."
His remarks frame the cooperation as a targeted, practical contribution aimed at strengthening Ukraine's ability to defend and reclaim territory. The choice of Eastern Poland as the training location reflects several logistical and security considerations. It allows Ukrainian forces to access structured training environments without the interruptions or risks associated with active combat zones. It also ensures that NATO instructors can operate freely without crossing into forward areas where direct involvement would be more sensitive. The site is positioned within a member state where logistics, coordination and safety requirements are easier to manage. The emphasis on trench-clearing tactics is directly linked to the combat conditions Ukrainian forces face. Much of the current fighting involves entrenched lines, fortified positions, and complex defensive structures. Clearing these areas requires precision, coordination, and the ability to integrate multiple elements: drones, grenades, machine gun support, and small unit communication. Drone usage has become especially important. Unmanned aerial systems are now widely used for reconnaissance, targeting, and even grenade delivery. Training at Camp Jomsborg reflects these realities. By incorporating drones into early stages of each exercise, instructors reinforce the importance of coordinating aerial and ground operations as part of a unified assault plan. The collaboration with Estonian trainers adds another dimension to the programme. Estonia has been one of the most active NATO members, supporting Ukraine through training, equipment donations and political backing. Their involvement in the Polish training site is consistent with broader regional efforts to ensure that Ukraine maintains access to specialised instruction as the conflict continues. After each day's exercises, trainees and instructors meet for final evaluations. Norwegian and Estonian trainers assess communication clarity, accuracy during firing drills, grenade deployment timing, and overall coordination during trench clearing runs. Ukrainian trainees provide their own observations, giving feedback based on their experience in active combat. These discussions are used to adjust upcoming training modules and improve drill efficiency. Camp Jomsborg continues to develop as a regional hub for training Ukrainian units. It functions as part of a wider NATO strategy to strengthen Ukraine's defensive and offensive capabilities while maintaining the alliance's role strictly within training and assistance parameters. The camp's facilities allow instructors to run programs repeatedly, rotating new groups of soldiers through standardized instruction cycles. The training series demonstrates how NATO countries remain engaged in supporting Ukraine without entering direct combat. The Norwegian-led programme offers structured instruction, technical resources and coordination tools that complement the operational knowledge Ukrainian forces bring from the front lines. As Ukrainian troops complete each segment of the trench-clearing programme, they prepare to return to active service, carrying the techniques refined during their training in Poland. The combination of drone-supported assaults, controlled trench manoeuvres and machine gun integration reflects the demands of current battlefield conditions. This training cycle represents one part of the broader international effort to support Ukraine's capacity to defend itself. Ukrainian, Norwegian and Estonian personnel describe the collaboration as practical, effective and essential to meeting ongoing challenges in the conflict. The joint training programme in Poland continues as part of a coordinated international effort to strengthen Ukraine's frontline capabilities through structured, multinational military instruction.